What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the next stimulus packages, as yes, there's two of them, as well as what is going on in the world today. Also, make sure to watch all the way to the end. Today is my son Julian's third birthday, and he has a special announcement, a special guest appearance for you. So make sure to watch all the way to the end because he is just as as cute as it gets. All right, the big push is on right now for the next stimulus package. Right now, we're actually seeing a flurry of new bills and new information and new pushes for what needs to be included in this next infrastructure package. President Biden is expected to announce the starting. We'll call this the starting level, the initial level, the initial details of what is going to be in this package. I will tell you right now that when this is announced by the president, it will not be the be all end all. I know this from experience. We have seen this in the past. Most notably, the second stimulus check package didn't have a stimulus check in it until literally 2 days before they passed it. There was a big outcry that they announced this package. It didn't even have a stimulus check in there. And then we've seen the push and the support from both Democrats and Republicans, although likely we won't see it from Republicans this time around, although we actually kind of are. Yeah, we'll go over that again here in this video. But what I expect is to see multiple stimulus items announced in this next, the second half of the infrastructure package. Remember, there's two packages being announced. The physical infrastructure package, which is mostly roads and buildings, although there could be some money in there for senior care and child care and a couple different stimulus items in there. But where they're really going to be is in the second half of the infrastructure package. The first part is known as the American Jobs Plan, as it focuses on physical infrastructure and building that, which will create millions of jobs, they say. And the second half of the infrastructure plan is focusing on human infrastructure, called the American Families Plan. Some people in Washington actually call it an anti-poverty plan, and it's likely that it's not likely, we are going to see multiple different stimulus items in this package. The real question is, will there be stimulus checks? Will they be recurring? How much will they be? Will we see a continuation of the child tax credits, which the IRS is going to pay out starting 2 months from now, of $250 to $300 per month, and $3,000 for children over the age of 6, $3,600 for children under the age of 6. That is currently already passed for 1 year. They want to extend it to either 2025 or possibly even permanently in this next infrastructure package. We're also seeing a big push for Social Security and Medicare increases. We have two different proposals on Social Security. One is for SSI program. We don't know if it will end up including SSDI. Will it bleed over to some of the other programs? But we do know it is a proposal to increase the monthly benefits by $279 per month. Among other things, that's the main one, getting rid of the marriage penalty, getting rid of the asset penalty, or actually raising it. And then we have the broader package of the $200 per month Social Security increase, which has long been awaited, which is now starting to pick up steam. So tweet your senators, tweet the guys in charge, email them, call them. Tweeting on Twitter is just really just a good way to reach them because all the politicians are on Twitter. And that's just kind of a great way to reach them. Email them, call them. The guys in charge are obviously President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, but the senators and the other people, most notably Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, as well as Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are kind of the three there. Chuck Schumer and Bernie Sanders, or I'm sorry, Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren are the co-authors of the $200 per month Social Security increase, as well as the student loan debt forgiveness bill of $50,000, which they say the president can do simply through executive order. We also could see the free college included in this next package. So you could be able to go back to college if you want to completely for free as long as you make less than $125,000. I think there's about 15 different items that are currently being discussed, are actual bills or being proposed or negotiated on right now to be included in this next infrastructure plan, the American Families Plan. The way it's going to work is we're going to see a minimal plan come out, probably around $1 trillion. Okay. And I know this from experience. I can almost bet $1,000 on this. I can almost bet a $1,400 stimulus check and probably have very good certainty odds that I will be correct. Why? Because I've just been doing this for a long time. You've probably been following me for a long time. So, I'm not wrong very often about the way stimulus goes because I can read the writing on the wall. I know what's happened in the past. I know what they're pushing for. I know that the Democrats are likely going to pass this package completely on their own, so they don't really need to negotiate down with Republicans. They really only need to negotiate amongst themselves, amongst the Democratic Party. Okay, so with that being said, here's what is likely going to happen. We're going to get this announced by President Biden with all the details of the starting point of the American Families Plan. There'll probably be this stimulus item and this stimulus item and this stimulus item and this stimulus item. What they are, we don't know yet until it's actually announced, okay? But then we will see the push and the outcry. They're not going to pass it the next day, okay? We're going to then see the momentum and the push saying, hey, we need this fourth stimulus check. Hey, we need these monthly recurring stuff. Hey, we need this Social Security increase. Hey, we need this all the other plans. I'm not even going to go through them all right now. My brain is not even on that mode right now. I have a whole video I did like a day or two ago where I went over the like 15 different stimulus items that they are currently working on right now. I'll link you to that at the end of this video. But that is what is going to happen. That's how it's going to be. We're going to start with a minimal plan, and from there, we're going to see multiple things probably get added, and really what gets added depends on the push and the outcry for that. There's already a ton of support for a fourth stimulus check, but really it's kind of just getting started because a lot of senators and congressmen look at it like, well, the third stimulus check is literally still going out. Some people got their third stimulus checks today. So the farther we get away from that, the more and more support I think we'll see come on board. We have almost 100 different Democrats already pushing for a fourth stimulus check and actually pushing for, as you know, the monthly stimulus checks. We have two different bills and now a new surprising bill for another set of monthly stimulus checks, which was very shocking to me that that actually came from a Republican. But yeah, so we are starting to get support, but it's nowhere near what we're going to end up seeing before it's all said and done. We need the type of support that happened for the second stimulus check, which is basically there's no way we can't include another stimulus check in here, and I personally think that is what will happen. Well, I got several different things to go over with you. Don't forget to hit the like button, and let's jump right in. The CDC has changed their guidance today, their recommended guidance, and says it is safe for vaccinated people to unmask outdoors. New guidance from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, says that it's safe for people who have been fully vaccinated against COVID 19 to be outside without a mask, but only in small groups. The guidance, which CDC Director Rochelle Walensky outlined during a White House press conference today, builds on previous updates from the agency about the activities people can feel comfortable with once fully vaccinated. According to the CDC, fully vaccinated people do not need to wear masks during small outdoor gatherings, even if there's a mixture of vaccinated and unvaccinated people. The CDC says, quote, the release of these new guidelines is a first step at helping fully vaccinated Americans resume what they had stopped doing because of the pandemic at low risk to themselves, while being mindful to the potential risk of transmitting the virus to others. By the way, people are considered fully vaccinated by the CDC 2 weeks after the second dose or 2 weeks after the single dose of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. More than 42% of the US population has received at least one vaccine dose, including nearly 30% who have been fully vaccinated, according to the CDC. President Biden is facing mounting pressure on forgiving student loan debt for the masses as more and more groups and congressmen and congresswomen are reaching out and saying, hey, you need to forgive student loan debt. Progressive groups are vowing to raise the heat on President Biden to cancel student debt, a priority issue for a number of Democratic lawmakers, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Quote, this is one of the areas where progressives aren't going to take no for an answer at the end of the day. President Biden has said he's willing to do $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, among most other experts, almost every expert I've seen actually, says that the president can do a executive order for student loan forgiveness, which means they don't need to pass it in Congress, in the House, or the Senate. It doesn't need to be in a package. He can literally just write a bill or have an aide write a bill, sign his name on the line, and poof, student loan debt forgiveness. Although many Democrats, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren, want to see $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, the president is currently, I guess, deciding on how much he wants to do. And he also has his education secretary, Miguel Cardona, looking into the legalities to make sure that they can do this through a presidential executive order, and probably looking into all the fine details of that. Now, I personally think that when they do this next round of student loan debt forgiveness, remember, they've already done 3 mini rounds. The first round was $1 billion for people that were defrauded by their colleges or the college closed down. The second round was $1.3 billion for students that have disabilities, and there's certain criteria there. If you want to look those up, just Google student loan forgiveness, and the first result should be the it's like student.gov.aid or something like that. It's a government website that'll take you right to the student loan forgiveness website. The third round that he did paused payments, interest, and garnishment for over 1 million people. Again, criteria apply. But those are really kind of 3 mini rounds. We're looking for a mass round, or at least Democrats are, to do $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness for anybody that has student loan debt, up to $50,000. That is what we will call the mass round. It will be a major round. I also think that if and when that happens, I think it's very likely to happen in the near future, that I think that we'll see more push. And again, remember, the push and the momentum and the support for things like this is really all that matters. Just a few years ago, student loan debt forgiveness used to be a complete fairy tale. If you went on the Congress floor just a few years ago and said, "We want student loan debt forgiveness," they would have laughed at you, and it would have been a joke, okay? And they would have never thought it would happen. But now, just a few years later, it's already happened in 3 mini rounds, and the president himself says he's willing to do $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. So I think that once that's done, I think we will then open the door to other types of debt forgiveness, such as the government can easily do 10 or 25 or $50,000 of mortgage debt forgiveness. We also have that brand new bill that I discussed in a last recent video or two about a $25,000 home buyer credit. Okay, the government can literally just credit that to you at closing, but they also can do mortgage debt forgiveness of anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. The government owns the majority of mortgages through the Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac programs on the back end. You might not even know about it, but your loan is probably guaranteed by the government. Okay. Also, they could do tax forgiveness, IRS tax forgiveness. Again, they can do those simply through a presidential executive order, and they can do that without even printing any money. They just forgive the note, or forgive the loan, or forgive the debt that is owed to the federal government. They also could do credit card debt forgiveness and other things like medical debt forgiveness, although that would likely need to be passed through a stimulus package, although Democrats can do that without Republican support if they want to. As the Senate parliamentarian has ruled, they can pass 2 more stimulus packages just this fiscal year alone, and then more next fiscal year as well. So they could include anything they like. Any one of those items can be done through an executive order for the first two, or through a presidential, or through a stimulus package for the next couple of the credit card debt forgiveness. And remember, that might sound like a fairy tale to you right now, but if I would have went a year ago and told you that you would have got 3 different stimulus checks, and there would have been child income tax credits for $3,000 to $3,600, and there would have been mortgage and rental assistance for over a year, where the government can literally pay your mortgage and rent assistance for over a year, and all these different programs, you would have probably thought that it was a fairy tale as well. But now all these things have already happened, or are happening even more. And I see people even to this day that I remember going back to last year people every day would say the second stimulus check is never going to happen. It's a fairy tale. And guess what? The second stimulus check happened. And then I would get comments from people saying the third stimulus check will never happen. It will never happen. This is complete false. It's fake news. And guess what? The third stimulus check happened. Now I get people, mostly people who don't watch the show every day, will say, I don't think a fourth stimulus check is going to happen. This is false hope. It's fake news. A fourth stimulus check will never happen. And I'm like, did you watch the show? Did you see the article? I didn't show any articles up until this point. I've just been talking. But if you've been watching the show, I'll just show some now. We know that there is massive support. As you can see here, this is an article from 2 weeks ago. There's actually more support on this now. Over 70 different lawmakers now support further direct payments, aka stimulus checks, to Americans. And we also have two bills, one from the Senate for fourth stimulus check, Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks, and another one from the House of Representatives for a one-time $2,000 stimulus check, followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments for until 1 year after the pandemic is declared over. With all this support, it just seems more and more likely we will receive at least a single stimulus check. They can negotiate this down to possibly just a single stimulus check of $1,400 or $2,000. And really, the best case scenario would be those monthly stimulus checks. But there's just so much support already. And really, we're just getting away from the third stimulus check. Some of you guys just got your third stimulus check this week. They're already pushing and supporting a fourth stimulus check. And again, we had people who thought the second one wouldn't happen. Then we had people who thought the third one wouldn't happen. And really, this is just President Biden's first stimulus check and his first stimulus package. He just came into office. He's just getting started. So I fully think there will be at least a fourth stimulus check, if not a fifth stimulus check or more, or even the monthly recurring stimulus checks. Remember, they have all these different programs on the horizon that they want to include in this next package. Social Security raises, free college, student loan debt forgiveness. All these things probably sounded like a fairy tale to you a year ago. But now we know that the majority of these have already happened. We've already had three stimulus checks. We already have monthly stimulus checks that are going to be going out for the child income tax credits. That's already passed from the third stimulus check package for 1 year. We know that there's already been mortgage assistance and rental assistance and property tax assistance and utility assistance. We know that all these programs have already been passed. So now you might be thinking, I guess he's right. I guess they did pass all those things. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, we look forward to more. And now we have a Republican proposal from Republican Senator Josh Hawley. You may remember him. He was very instrumental in getting the second stimulus check passed. Remember, there was originally no stimulus check in that package. Republican Senator Josh Hawley has now proposed a $12,000 stimulus check tax credit. Remember, a stimulus check is an advance tax credit, so a refundable tax credit paid in advance. So this is basically the same thing as the child income tax credits that are going to be paid out. However, he wants to pay a couple or married filing jointly or married parents $12,000 tax credit for kids with under the age of 13 and $500 per month or $6,000 for a single parent with one children. So again, this would be $1,000 monthly stimulus payments every single month for married parents with kids under 13, and for a single parent with kids under 13 would receive $6,000, and they want to pay this in monthly payments of $1,000 per month for this one, married parents with kids under 13, and if you're a single parent, it would be $500 per month. And again, so this is a Republican proposal for monthly stimulus checks. So when you start to see all this add up, you start to say, another stimulus check at bare minimum, if not monthly stimulus checks, starts to look more and more likely. Remember, monthly stimulus checks have already been passed for the child income tax credits that are $3,000 for children over the age of 6 and $3,600 under the age of 6. The IRS is going to start paying out monthly payments to parents with parents with children starting in 2 months from now in July. So I will keep you up to date on all these new stimulus items. We're going to have a lot of big breaking news coming soon. All right, somebody wants to say hi.
Hi.
Whose birthday is it?
Baby Julian's birthday.
Baby Julian's birthday. And how old is baby Julian?
3.
3. You're 3 years old?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
What is this? Is this one of your birthday gifts?
Yeah, that's my dinosaur.
This is your dinosaur. What's your dinosaur's name?
Shut up.
It's what?
It goes, you can rise up.
Oh yeah, it lights up. That's right. Yeah. Wow.
No, I can go back. Oh, no.
All right, buddy. Who do you want to say hi to?
Cat.
And who do you want to say happy birthday to?
Baby Julian.
Baby Julian, yeah. Can you?
Happy birthday.
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Baby Julian. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Now I'm going to go back outside now.
You're going to go back outside now. All right, say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say we love you.
Love you.
And say we'll see you in the next video.
It's next you and the next video. Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.